Oh my god, I normally don't make videos like this. My channel mostly focuses on, hobbies and, steamboat products and such. But today I heard some very disturbing news. Charlie Kirk has died today. He was at a college campus in Utah and he was assassinated. And he had a lot of what people consider conservative and a far leftist would say, right-wing views. I think the other day CNN was calling him a racist and also the crap, but this is horrible. I feel very sad loss for his wife and his children. I'm a father myself, and to lose, a son or a daughter, to lose their father, just out of old age, like I did, that's sad. But he was assassinated on an American college campus because somebody didn't like his opinion. So this insanity of the left, just calling everybody, just like, oh, if you're not walking 100% with them lockstep on their views about, transgenderism and DEI and whatever, they just call you the worst people. And there's this unholy marriage between your like atheist, far local leftist, and your far right-wing, theocratical, conservatives, who want, who are very right-wing. You know which group I'm talking about. I can't, put them on blast here because, the world's sensitive and stuff, but this is just straight up insane. The left has been fueling this kind of hate for years. And, for the most part, you're if you're on the left and, you spout like, oh, drugs to change kids, gender, and, let the schools kind of low key, call the, change your son or daughter's name to whatever, they believe they are in gender, and, wrong. Just, oh my God. So the left calling anybody who's not 100% lockstep with them, a bigot, a hater, whatever. So this unholy marriage between your far left and your far right is stupid, because the leftists, they are so retarded. They are the dumbest people on the freaking planet. Because if you look at history, and I'll just use Iran. So you had back, what was it, the 60s, you had a left-wing faction who hated the king, and you had a very, conservative, theocratical right wing that hated the king in Iran. And they both teamed up to overthrow him. And after, he was disposed, for his family had to flee and all that stuff, and they, had an Islamic revolution. Guess what the right did to the left? They were terminated. They were murdered in the street. They were forced to flee, or, by the extreme right. So you idiot leftists that, queers for Palestine and all this other crap, you guys are complete freaking morons, okay? God forbid, if these fools ever take over the far right, the real far right that's dangerous, not, the fake far right, white nationalists or other bullshit that they talk about. We are all dead. Because if you don't convert to a certain religion or have certain political, you leftist fools are the first ones that are going to be tossed off of buildings and ran out of the country and forced to flee and die. So what does the left, the far left and the right, have in common? They both hate America. They both hate democracy. Our great, awesome democratic republic here in the USA, the greatest country on the planet. Yes, we are flawed. Yes, there's blood on the hands of America, and history's not perfect because people aren't perfect. But my word in heaven, I would not want to be in any other country Not even, you know, look at this beautiful brown skin. I would not want to be in my, you know, my father's homeland or my mother's homeland, because it's not America. Okay, and you idiot, foolish left-wing fools that spout all this hatred and, you know, encourages violence, you know, the party of peace and tolerance and understanding, that's bullshit. Okay, I'm sick and tired of this crap. And Charlie Kirk dying is just straight up pathetic, sad, and unacceptable. You know, I'll be praying for his wife and his children, his family, and, you know, the right has lost a great man. I watched his channel on a regular basis, and, you know, I enjoyed his work, and this is just you know, pathetic and sad, and a great loss. I think he was a great man. Was he perfect? No. Did he have some ideas that I disagreed with and some beliefs that I disagreed with? Yes. But he was a Christian. He was a Protestant, you know, and I myself, I'm Catholic, but, you know, I would not want to wish death upon him because he's not, you know, in lockstep with my religion. But anyways, whatever. This is just total bullshit and sad, and I hope they, to the full extent and power of the law, you know, find his assassin, and he either needs to have the death penalty or to be in prison for the rest of his life. And then they send a clear message that this isn't allowed. I will give Joe Biden props for, you know, calling out, you know, this horrible event, you know, praying for his family, you know. So Joe Biden, I didn't like him. I didn't vote for him. You know, I was once a long-time Democrat. Obama did it for me, you know, and to go, you know, to the middle. But anyways, I'll give props where props is given, you know. You know, this needs to be condoned by any sane person. And this is just pathetic and sad. And anyways, I'm sorry, I'm just on a rant here. I had to make a video because I'm just so frustrated about just this crap that happens. I mean, I don't talk about my political opinion at work. I mean, I have to sort of go with certain professional and ethical guidelines and such, but I mean, you know, I gotta be neutral and respectful, and I'm cool with that. I work with all kinds of people, all types of religions, all different belief systems, you know, atheists, agnostics, you know, people of certain theocratic beliefs. I worked with Muslims, mostly Sunnis, and they're awesome, you know. I had no problem, you know. It's my job to help them and, you know,